All right, you're welcome to our 13th lesson in integrated science, and I hope you're doing well. I also hope you're following the lessons so far. Keep on doing the exercise. Now, what do you have today? Now, before we begin, you are to note that you are to combine the study note with the lesson video for thorough explanation or understanding. Now we are still under energy, photosynthesis. Now, before we look at today's objective, a quick recap of what we learned in our previous lesson. In our previous lesson, we looked at the function of the factors of photosynthesis. We look at the function of water, sunlight, chlorophyll, and carbon dioxide. All right. So if you missed out that lesson, you're advised to go and study that lesson on Monday. You should, by the end of the lesson, be able to understand an experiment to test for starch in leaf. To test for starch in leaf. So we want to look at how to test for starch in a leaf. Now, before we begin the experiment, note that starch is the end or final product of photosynthesis. Starch is the end or final product of photosynthesis. When we look at the word equation of photosynthesis in lesson 11, we discover that we mentioned glucose as a product of photosynthesis alongside the waste product oxygen. You have to note that the glucose that was formed during photosynthesis is one of the first products of photosynthesis. It's just one of the first products of photosynthesis. Now, if photosynthesis is complete, there follows the formation of starch as a result of combination of several units of glucose or other forms of sugar like fructose. All right? So starch will mark the final product of photosynthesis. So we want to conduct a simple experiment to test for starch in a leaf. So what is the aim? The aim to test for starch in a leaf. That's the aim, to test for starch in a leaf. Or to show that starch is the end product of photosynthesis. Or to show that starch is the end product of photosynthesis. And what are the materials, apparatus we require for this experiment? That's the next stage. We require ethanol. Ethanol is a strong form of alcohol. We need water bath. That is a beaker containing warm water. Then we need a beaker. We need a test tube or boiling tube. We need a dropper or dropping pipette. We need iodine solution. We need Bunsen burner, forceps for picking a leaf, a white porcelain towel for placing the leaf on, and of course we need a leaf, including water. Now, before we look at the step, let us make an overview over the diagram, how the diagram for the experiment looks like. So on the screen, we have step-by-step demonstration of how to test for starch. Now, in the first diagram, as you can see here, we have an activity where a freshly plucked leaf from a plant or a potted plant exposed to sunlight for about 6 hours is plucked and boiled for about 2 minutes. boil this for about 2 minutes. Okay. Now, why are we boiling the leaf? We're boiling the leaf to expose the starch, from the cells. Or we're boiling the leaf to kill the cells. Remember, if you do not expose the starch, iodine solution cannot have access to the starch. That's why we must boil it. Now, the next stage, after boiling, with the use of the forceps, you pick the leaf and place it in a boiling tube or test tube containing ethanol or alcohol. This ethanol should be about 90%, and the whole test tube is now placed in a water bath. Now, we'll call this a water bath because it contains warm or heated water in a beaker, and it's used to warm the ethanol. All right. Now, after boiling for about 6 minutes, we will now get rid of the chlorophyll or the green pigments from the leaf. So that is the reason why the leaf is boiled in alcohol or ethanol, to remove chlorophyll or to decolorize the leaf. And from there, the leaf is now washed in cold water. The reason is, after boiling the leaf in ethanol, the leaf becomes rigid or stiff. So in order to soften it, the leaf must be washed in cold water. Then from there, it is placed either in a petri dish or white porcelain towel. The color should be chosen wisely, white, so that we can see the color changes. Now the leaf is placed on the towel, and a few drops of iodine solution is released on it. Now, iodine solution is yellowish brown in color. So it's now released onto the leaf. There will be color change. So that will now mark the end of the experiment. So now let's go through the procedure step by step, and then see the observation, and then we conclude. So look at the diagram carefully once more. The leaf is boiled in water to expose the starch grains. It's now heated in alcohol to remove the chlorophyll, washed in cool water to soften it, and now it's placed on the towel with few drops of iodine solution released on it. So now let's move on to the procedure. What's the first procedure? We're saying that a fresh leaf is plucked from a potted plant, that's plant grown in a pot, or it could be any other plant on the field. And this plant should have been exposed to sunlight for about 6 hours. Why are we plucking the leaf from a plant exposed to sunlight for 6 hours? The reason is we want to allow enough time for the leaf to receive sunlight and for starch to be produced. Now, if you pluck it early in the morning, starch will not be produced because the leaf had gone through the time of darkness in the night where there was no light for starch to be produced. What's the second step? We are now going to boil the leaf in alcohol. No, we are going to boil the leaf for about 2 minutes. So this is going to be done in water. Why are we doing that? To kill the cells or expose the starch grains Next step. The boiled leaf is now warmed in ethanol for 10 minutes in order to decolorize the leaf or to remove the chlorophyll, the green pigment. All right. The fourth step, the leaf is removed from alcohol and washed in cold water to soften it. The leaf is now placed on a white towel with few drops of iodine solution released on it. Now this marks the end of the experiment. Now, what will be the observation? Good. The yellowish brown color of iodine solution now changes to what? Blue-black. So the blue-black color of iodine shows that starch is present. Now let's look at the conclusion. Now the blue-black color indicates that starch is present. The conclusion is that starch is the end product of photosynthesis. There are some precautions you need to take in order to protect yourself and ensure good results. So what are some of the precautions? One, we are saying that ethanol should not be heated directly on fire. As you could see, the ethanol was placed in a boiling tube before placing in the water bath on the fire. So take note, do not heat ethanol directly on fire while in the test tube. Why? Because ethanol is highly flammable. Ethanol is highly flammable or can easily catch fire. Two, do not use bare hand to pick leaf from the boiling water or ethanol. I hope you know why. Yes, it could be burnt. It could be burnt or scalded with the heat from the boiling water or ethanol. So it's not good to use your bare hand. Then what do you use to pick the leaf? Forceps. The bigger forceps is what food vendors use for picking macaroni, salad onto our food. That's a bigger one. All right, my dear learners, this lesson is specific. We learned about the experiment to test for starch. We followed several steps. First being that after a leaf from a plant exposed to sunlight for about 6 hours is plucked, the leaf is now boiled for about 2 minutes in order to kill the cells. The leaf is then heated in alcohol or ethanol for about 10 minutes in order to remove the chlorophyll. Then the leaf is now washed in cold water. Why? To soften it. Then finally, the leaf is placed on white porcelain towel with few drops of iodine solution released on it. Observation. The brownish yellow or the yellow brown color of iodine solution changes to blue-black. Conclusion. The blue-black color indicates that starch is present, or starch is indeed the end product of photosynthesis. Do your best as a part of advanced learning to learn about experiment to show that light is necessary for photosynthesis. So read on this before I come, so that when I take you through the lesson, it will be a revelation to you. Now do your best to do the exercise, upload it onto the page for me to mark. Till we meet again, it's bye.